Ever look back at your relationships and feel that familiar sting of frustration? That nagging confusion when things just fall apart? What if the very things you thought were helping were actually pushing connection away? I know a guy who was stuck in that loop, hope, then disappointment, over and over. Then he found something in ancient Stoic wisdom that changed everything. This guy felt like he was navigating a minefield in modern dating. Every step felt risky, and frustration was pretty much his shadow. And then he stumbled onto Stoicism. Not as some dusty old rulebook, but as a genuine guide. It showed him that real connection isn't about trying to please everyone or playing some kind of game. It's about your own inner strength and thinking things through. He learned about 9 key things to avoid, all based on these timeless ideas. And it didn't just flip his dating life around, it changed how he saw all relationships. He finally found that real connection he'd been missing. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then these 9 insights could be exactly what you need. Section 1. Chasing external validation over inner virtue. All right, first up, constantly chasing her approval like it's the ultimate prize. Here's the thing. Guys who get Stoicism know their worth comes from inside, from their character, their principles, not from someone else's thumbs up. If you're twisting yourself into a pretzel, changing who you are, your opinions, or what you love, just to get her nod of approval, you're building that relationship on shaky ground. Instead, work on being solid in who you are. When your self-worth is internal, you give off this quiet confidence that's genuinely attractive and earns real respect, not just temporary validation. Section 2. Sacrificing your core principles. Next, don't throw your core principles out the window just to keep her around or sidestep an argument. Stoicism is big on living with integrity and purpose. That's what a good life is all about, right? So, if you're constantly bending on stuff that really matters to you, your goals, your strong beliefs, even your important friendships, you're not just selling yourself short. You're also setting things up for a lopsided relationship down the road. Real partnership needs both of you to respect each other's integrity. Section 3. Fearing rejection and operating from scarcity. This one's huge. Letting the fear of being alone or losing her make you desperate. That's when guys can get clingy, possessive, or just plain anxious. Big mistake. Stoicism has this cool idea called amor fati, which basically means love your fate. It's about accepting what you can't control. And that definitely includes how someone else feels or what they decide. So instead of gripping on tight, focus on your reactions and what you do. Letting go of that fear of loss doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you respect yourself and her enough to let things happen as they will. It's way healthier and leads to much more secure connections. Section 4. Reacting emotionally instead of responding rationally. Okay, number 4. Flying off the handle. Letting raw emotions like anger, jealousy, or insecurity call the shots with your words and actions. That's usually a one-way ticket to regret. Stoicism is all about choosing a rational response over an impulsive emotional outburst. It's about building emotional muscle, being able to hit pause, look at things clearly, and respond thoughtfully instead of getting carried away by a wave of feelings. This isn't about bottling up your emotions, but understanding them and managing them so you can have calm, constructive conversations. Section 5. Neglecting self-knowledge and personal boundaries. Here's a big one. Not really knowing yourself or your boundaries. If you don't understand your own values, what sets you off or what you're genuinely looking for in a relationship, you're kind of flying blind, aren't you? Stoicism really hammers home how vital self-knowledge is. Knowing yourself is key to setting up and keeping healthy personal boundaries. Smart guys know what they're about and can talk about their needs and limits respectfully, and they respect hers too. That's how you build that foundation of mutual respect. Section 6, trying to control her thoughts, feelings, or actions. This should be obvious, but it needs saying. Trying to control her thoughts, her feelings, her actions is a massive mistake and totally goes against Stoic thinking. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what we can control: our own thoughts, our judgments, and how we act, not what other people do or feel. Relationships built on one person trying to control the other, they're pretty much doomed from the start. Real connection grows when there's freedom and mutual respect, where both people can just be themselves. Section 7, displaying excessive neediness and insecurity. Okay, let's talk about being overly needy or insecure. If you constantly need reassurance, you're super clingy, or you make her the only source of your happiness, that's a sign of some inner insecurity. Stoicism points us towards finding happiness inside ourselves by living a good, self-sufficient life. Yes, connection is super important, but your basic happiness shouldn't totally depend on someone else. A smart guy works on his own inner peace and strength, and that makes him a much more stable and, frankly, attractive partner. Section 8. Forgetting the power of unconditional kindness. Number 8 is about forgetting how powerful simple, unconditional kindness can be. Getting into a relationship, thinking it's all a transaction, like your kindness is just a way to buy affection, or you're always keeping score. That just eats away at trust. Stoicism is all about being genuinely kind and fair with people. It means showing real care and respect without always expecting something back. When you approach things this way, you build a much deeper, more real connection based on goodwill, not because someone feels they owe you. Section 9. Ignoring the importance of her independence and yours. Last but not least, don't ignore how important her independence is, and yours too. It's easy to undervalue or even feel a bit threatened by a partner's independence, or to lose yourself in the relationship. Stoicism really highlights individual autonomy. A healthy relationship isn't two half people trying to become whole. It's two whole individuals choosing to share their lives. When you support her growth and what she's passionate about, while also taking care of your own, you create something that's way more dynamic, strong, and honestly, a lot more interesting. So, if these Stoic ideas about what not to do have clicked with you, and you're looking to build more real, satisfying connections, this is a great place to start. If this video helped you out, give it a like, and definitely subscribe for more tips on handling life and relationships. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which of these points really struck a chord with you? Conclusion. Remember that guy from the beginning, the frustrated one? The path he found through Stoicism wasn't some list of tricks to get the girl. It was about becoming a better man, someone with virtue who thinks clearly and has inner strength. Avoiding these 9 common mistakes isn't just about having better dates. It's about building more self-respect and setting the stage for real, lasting relationships founded on mutual respect and understanding. Changing your relationships doesn't start with trying to be someone else. It starts by making your actions line up with the best, strongest version of yourself. Try these principles out, and you might be surprised how your connections start to really thrive.